want to know the truth? Do you protest, Congressman? Do you want government to run healthcare? If you answered yes to the first two questions in the last review of the Conservative Gangsta. Yes, it's the Conservative Gangsta. Here we got Neil, as always, working the booth. Dan's answering your emails. So where do we begin today? Well, first we've got a new YouTube channel. Yeah, we're probably gonna put the opening monologues into there. Maybe the rest of the show. Probably not, because it's very complicated doing that. For little guys, the email address is cg@gmail.com. You can send your emails there, and we probably will read them on the show. Maybe not. But of course, where do I begin? The healthcare, saying it's dead. Although they're offering now. Okay? They say that healthcare is dead. First of all, and I've repeatedly said this every single day, that they are lying to you. The only misinformation that's being spread is their misinformation. Now, is there going to be a death penalty? Maybe not necessarily, but I could see old people not being operated on. Got a major something if they're over 65, because it's, they're rationing healthcare. But anyway, so they're saying the government public option is as good as dead, but it's not. Now they're trying to pass, and I'm gonna Firefox to just get my information right. I believe they're trying to pass a bill that lets the states now give a public option. So I'm gonna look it up. Public on Google. Public option health care. And I believe we get, here we go. President Obama says public insurance option is not entirely healthcare reform. It's not the entirety. It's going to take a few years, but he's got him on the record. He's been on the record 2 years ago saying that when I become president, I don't think do we have the audio clip of it? Yeah, he says when I become president, I'm going to be playing a...
How do we get the federal government to take care of its business? I happen to be a proponent of a single-payer universal health care plan.
Actually, I got my audio clips messed up. That was from 2004 when he was elected to the Senate. Now, if that isn't enough for you, he got another one from 2007, which we are about to play if Neil can get it up.
My commitment is to make sure that we've got universal health care for all Americans by the end of my first term as president. I would hope that we can set up a system that allows those who can't go through their employer to access a federal system or a state pool of some sort. But I don't think we're going to be able to eliminate employer coverage immediately. There's going to be potentially some transition process. I can envision a decade out, or 15 years out, or 20 years out.
I happen to be a proponent of a single-payer universal health care plan.
Well, see, Mr. Obama and Mr. Congressman, we can see right through you. You are paper. We know from all of this information that's been recorded years ago that what you're seeing now is just a cover-up. You're lying in front of cameras to the American people day after day, hour after hour, minute after minute. Now, other congressmen, are kind of, I don't know, saying that we're getting a single-payer healthcare system. Barney Frank, would you like to say something?
I think if we get a good public option, it could lead to single payer, and that's the best way to reach single payer.
Another woman, Congresswoman.
Next to me was a guy from the insurance company who then argued against the public health insurance option, saying it wouldn't let private insurance compete, that a public option will put the private insurance industry out of business and
this was in early 2009. Now, the insurance company said that we were getting a single-payer healthcare system. What was her response?
He was right. The man was right.
Now, I know on the page you're going to get a lot of hate mail for this. Hate mail, hate comments, blah, blah, blah. Please leave them. Gives me pleasure to prove everybody that thinks this is a good idea wrong. Okay. Do you really want a healthcare system that you will wait in line 3 to 4 months to get an operation? I know people, my grandmother needed one of these, a heart transplant. If you need one, by the time you get one, you will already be dead. That's what single-payer healthcare system is. It's the same exact system that's in Canada and in England and in most of Western Europe, and it has never worked in any of those countries. What makes you think it's going to work here? Just look at this. Communism was a good idea on paper. Did it work? No, it did not. These people, well, particularly liberals, but it's not just liberals, it's some conservatives and some Republicans too, have the idea, if it doesn't work, we'll try it again and maybe you'll get a different result. If that's the case, you try that, you are insane. It's a crazy idea. Single-payer healthcare system is one that you can't afford to get sick in. You're gonna die. Well, maybe that's not necessarily true. You're only gonna die if you're over 65 years old, or if you've got some really bad disease. Because if you've got cancer, you're gonna have to go to Japan to get health care. Look at all the other people. Here's a story. A woman from Canada was losing vision. Okay, she was losing vision in her right eye. So she went to her doctor, and her doctor saw her for about 10 minutes and then said, come back in 4 months. So she was really getting worried because every single day she was having trouble seeing out of that right eye. So she came to the United States to diagnose her with a brain tumor. So she went back to Canada hoping that she would get operated on there. But her Canadian doctors would not take any phone calls from the hospital in Buffalo, would not take any of the emails or any of the files recorded in the United States. Basically, they were being stubborn schmucks and were not listening to anything that they were saying. So she had to go back to Buffalo, New York, and got operated on there, paid out of pocket. And luckily, she's not dead, and she still got eye vision. But that would be happening. Only the United States is the place to go. So once the United States gets their single-payer healthcare system, yeah, you're dead. So, alright, later on, we're almost out of time for the monologue. So, later on the show, we're going to have, our guest on, we're going to have Gene Walters. He'll be on the show later tonight. That's it. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Nobody is talking about some government takeover of healthcare.
Oh, really, Mr. Obama? Well, it looks like everybody else is. So I suggest you get your butt off on CNN and The Tonight Show with Jay Leno and stop trying to turn the country into a socialist nation. We'll be right back.